Hi everyone, thanks so much for logging on to Speech with Allie. I am really excited to share this video with you guys today. Today will be all about creating sentences and describing pictures. This is a skill that we practice at school all the time with all students in all of the grades. So I feel like this video, I hope at least, that this will be a really good video that a lot of you will be able to use at home. So if you've seen some of my other videos, and especially if you're one of my students, you are familiar with Charlie. He is my dog and he's training to be a therapy dog. He comes to school twice a week with me and works with the kids and spends some time at school. So my students are very familiar with Charlie. They know him, they love him. He's been going to school for a long time. He misses you guys very much. I think he's definitely wondering when he'll get to see you again. I am too. I miss you all. So I'm hoping that seeing some pictures of him will be fun for you guys. Before we start, please remember that your sentence should be about the picture and your sentence should have all of the words in the right order. Now, this is tricky sometimes because we get lots of thoughts and we want to get them out, and sometimes our sentence is a little confusing. So, if you're with a grown up or an older sibling or a family member, whoever is helping you, they can help you make sure that your words are in the right order. If you're just by yourself, I would say to just slow down and try and really think about how we can get the sentence organized in a way that makes sense. Okay? Your sentence needs an action word to say what Charlie is doing. It could be sitting, jumping, eating, any words that really give us that verb, that action to show what's happening in the picture or to describe what's happening in the picture. And your sentence should say something about Charlie or use the words him, he, or the dog, so your listener knows the thing or the person or the subject that you're talking about. So the sentence examples that I'm going to give will answer the question, what is Charlie doing? And I'll say something like, he is eating. But your sentences don't have to be that way. You can create sentences to describe what you see in the picture. So maybe some of the things in the background. You can certainly go along with my sentences and say what he's doing. I would really push you, especially if you're one of my older students, to add some more information and really think about how you can make the sentence a little more interesting. Our first sentence here shows something that Charlie loves to do. Unfortunately, you guys, I did have to crop out your faces for privacy. This is going on the internet. Um, but maybe you'll be able to recognize who is who in the pictures. In this picture, I want you to take a look, recognize what Charlie is doing, what the student is doing, what are some things going on in the picture. You may decide to describe the toys in the picture instead. Charlie loves stuffed animal toys. He always makes sure that he has a couple toys with him. So here he is set up to do his job with the student. Notice some other things in the picture. Maybe you're thinking about the book. Maybe you're thinking about the student. Maybe you're wanting to describe the way they're positioned on the carpet. So I want you to take a minute. Of course, if you need to pause the video and kind of think about what sentence you're going to create, or if you're wanting to challenge yourself and make more than one sentence, that would be great. For this picture, my sentence is going to be, he is listening. If you want to add more words, you might say, he is listening to the story, or he is looking at the book. For our next picture, you guys may recognize where this is at school. Notice again what is going on in the background, kind of what his body is doing, why he might be moving this way, where he might be going, and add all of those things into your sentence if you want. My sentence will be, Charlie is walking. If you want to add more words, you can say, Charlie is walking in the hallway. And that door that he's leaving is the door to my room where he should be staying, but he's going on a little adventure. All right, friends, so for this next video, you will see that Charlie is resting his head on my desk or on my table. Now, this in the background is my speech room where students come and have their sessions with me. It's a space that I'm finding myself to miss very much. So again, you can choose to describe something about the room, something about Charlie, something about me if you want. What I'm going to say for this picture is he is looking. And that might not give enough information to your listeners, so you can say he is looking at the paper. Something else you might say about this picture is he is resting his head on the table. So if we give information about where he is, that helps our listener to understand what we might be talking about. All right, I'm going to go ahead to the next picture. Again, please, you guys, pause and think about these. I'm trying not to make the videos too long. So pause them, stop them, do whatever you need to do to make sure that you're getting the practice out of these videos, okay? For this one, this picture cracks me up because if you're one of my students, you know that even when the door is open, Charlie is expected to stay in the room, which he can do most of the time, unless he hears kids in the hallway. And then he wants to peek around the corner. So every once in a while, he'll inch his way out, and put his paws out of the door, and then move his body out of the doorway. And slowly but surely, he will move into the hallway. So in this picture, I have caught him after he's moved his whole body out into the hallway and gotten comfortable in a position that he can look back into the room and also look down the hall. So, yeah, he cracks me up. Charlie is pretty comfortable at school, wouldn't you say? For this picture, I'm going to say Charlie is resting in the hallway. Or I could say Charlie is looking at me because I think he realizes that he just got caught. Something else I want to challenge you guys to do is try to imagine what Charlie might be thinking about. What is in his thought bubble? So for this picture, I think that Charlie is thinking about coming back in the room. And I hope that he knows that that's where he should stay. Luckily, he's a good boy and he stays in the hallway. And then I tell him to come back in and he comes back in. And it's kind of a back and forth throughout the day because he loves to see the children at our school. So for our last picture, you guys, I want you to take a look at this before I say too much about it. This is one of my favorite pictures of Charlie. So take a look, get your thoughts together on what you might say about this picture. This picture, I always say when I see this, I say, Charlie is smiling. Because to me, it looks like he has a big smile on his face. I took this picture after a long day at school. And at school, Charlie is actually very busy, even though sometimes it just looks like he's laying on the carpet or getting pet by children and teachers. He doesn't get much time to rest. And when he's home, he rests all day long. So when he gets home from a day at school, he finds a comfy spot and he likes to relax. And so this day, when I looked over, I took a picture of him and it looks like he was smiling. So my sentence for this picture, Charlie is smiling. You could also say something like, Charlie is relaxing, or Charlie is feeling tired. Charlie is resting his head on a blanket. If you notice, that's a really soft looking blanket and he really likes that one. So again, if you want to add more information about what else you see in the picture, that will give your listener some great information to help them imagine what you're talking about. All right, friends, those are all the pictures I have for us today. I added a couple extras if you wanted to make your own sentences. I would love to hear them. I figured out how to turn the comments on in the videos, so definitely comment below if you think of any sentences that you'd like to share with me. If you're one of my students, you can email them to me or send them to your teachers and they can get them to me. I love to hear from you guys. I love to hear the work that you're doing. And I know that we all love to talk about Charlie. So creating sentences about him has been really fun in my room and with my students. And I hope that you guys can keep practicing this. I think that you guys will come up with some great things. So please let me know how it goes. Thank you all for logging on. That's all I have for us today. I will continue to post videos throughout the week that I'm hoping you guys are getting a chance to watch. And I'm so excited to hear your feedback. Thank you.